The NHL has some elite goal scorers, but there's one feat that hasn't been accomplished in over 30 years, 82 goals in 82 games. So today's video is not going to end until somebody scores 82 goals. To give us the best chance of completing this, I turned sim scoring to high, draft class quality to high, generated prospect quality to high, and shot frequency to high. This is going to allow us to get some elite goal scorers coming through the draft, and it's also going to allow us to score more goals, which we're clearly trying to do. So I'm going to simulate halfway through the season, and we'll see if anyone's on pace. Halfway through the season, the Leafs are first in the Eastern Conference with a 29-13-2 record, while the Flames are first in the West with a 30-12-2 record. But really, the records don't matter. What we're looking at is goals for per game, because if a team's scoring lots of goals, that means someone's picking up a lot. Taking a look at Austin Matthews, he'll be a guy we have to watch. He's currently sitting at 39 goals in 44 games, so he might break it this season, but I highly doubt it. Ovi's definitely not breaking it. 26 goals in 42 games, that's not going to be enough. Leon Draisaitl has only got 22 goals, so he's not going to be doing it this season. So currently leading the entire league in goals is Austin Matthews. I doubt he's going to break it this season, but hey, you never know. You go on a quick hot streak and everything can change. And another guy we're going to have to watch for the future is Kyle Connor, because he's quietly doing his thing. So we'll simulate to the end of the season and see how everyone's looking. When the season came to an end, Minnie's finishing first in the entire league with a 61-18-3 record. And Austin Matthews, he's clearly not breaking the records. He's only picking up 59 goals. And Roman Josi, he's going to lead all defensemen with 22 goals. And taking a look at goaltenders, we had no goalie goals. I don't really care about their numbers. I just care about them scoring goals. When the playoffs came to an end, the Oilers had beaten Philly in 7 games. Keep in mind, this was the last season's Philly team, so they somehow made it to the playoffs and got all the way to the Stanley Cup final. Yeah, that makes so much sense. Evander Kane was leading all goal scorers in the postseason with 14 goals, while Mike Smith picked up 16 wins with a .914 save percentage and a .274 goals against. Taking a look at the draft lottery results, Anaheim's jumping from 8 to 1. So I'm not going to name every single prospect, I'm just going to go over the notable goal scorers. And of course, I'm talking about Victor, not even going to try to say his last name, and Kemmel. I also turned the salary cap off because I don't want someone not playing due to a contract dispute. So heading into next season, let's just see what happens. Also, if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe. This video took forever to make, so every single sub is greatly appreciated. The Leafs are currently sitting first in the East with a 27-10-5 record, while the Avs are first in the West with a 27-15-1 record. Austin Matthews, he's got 30 goals in 42 games, so that's not going to do it. Ovi's got 25 and 41, while Kyle Connor's also got 25 and 41. And leading the league in goals at the halfway points, Austin Matthews with 30. He's clearly not on pace to score 82, so this season's basically a wash. When the season came to an end, the Leafs are finishing with a 52-22-8 record to lead the entire league, while Alex DeBrincat's finishing first in goals with 53. Brett Burns is leading the defense with 22 goals, but once again, there's going to be no goalie goals. When the playoffs came to an end, Vegas has beaten Philly in 7 games, so Philly just made it to back-to-back Stanley Cups. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Barkov led all goal scorers in the postseason with 14, while Robin Lehner's picking up 16 wins with a .927 save percentage and a .239 goals against. Taking a look at the draft lottery, San Jose's jumping from 6 to 1. Some of the notable prospects, of course, was Connor Bedard, Marty Monroe, and yeah, he might be a power forward, but look at those shooting stats. He's elite. And shout out to Quentin Musty. He's not an elite goal scorer, but I mess with the name. Quentin Musty. And even though the salary cap's turned off, I just want to mention Nathan McKinnon's leaving the Avs for the Carolina Hurricanes. That's tough. And Matthew Barzal's jumping from one New York team to another. So I think if it's going to be any current player, it's got to be Austin Matthews. If Ovi was going to do it, he would have done it in these first 2 seasons. At the halfway point, Boston's leading the Eastern Conference with a 29-12-1 record, while Minnie's leading the West with a 28-8-5 record. Austin Matthews is doing his thing, but it's not enough. 30 goals in 42 games. And Ovi, he's got 22 goals. That's clearly not going to be enough. Connor McDavid's doing his thing in Edmonton, 22 goals in 45 games, but obviously that's not enough. And JVR, yeah, you heard that right, James Van Riemsdyk, 24 goals in 38 games. 79 overall JVR, 24 goals. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. So no one's scoring 82 this season, but what's going on with JVR, because that makes no sense. When the season came to an end, the Wild are finishing with a 54-19-9 record. Nathan McKinnon's leading all goal scorers with 55 goals, while Shea Theodore's picking up 22 goals to lead the defense in goals. And we finally had our first goalie goal. Freddie Anderson, he's picking up a goal this season. You'll love to see it. When the playoffs came to an end, the Washington Capitals are sweeping the Arizona Coyotes. Ovi's picked up 10 goals, while Samsonov picks up 16 wins with a .930 save percentage and a .221 goals against. Taking a look at the draft lottery results, the Kings are jumping from 4 to 1. There was only one notable prospect, and that was Ernest Hextall. Alright, we have to address the JVR situation because what happened? Bro is a 79 overall and had 24 goals in 38 games. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Halfway through the season, the Bruins are dominating with a 32-8-2 record, and we also got to look at that goals per game, 4.3. Someone might be on pace to break a record here. The Avs are doing their thing in the West, 25-13-3, and over in Boston, Taylor Hall's leading the way with 24 goals in 42 games. Yeah, that's a bit disappointing. And shout out to Matthew Joseph, he's doing his thing. Victor's doing his thing with Arizona, he's got 26 goals in 44 games, we'll have to keep an eye out for him. And Rantanen, 24 goals in 41 games, that's clearly not enough. And McDavid, he's doing alright, 34 goals in 43 games, but leading the entire league is Austin Matthews with 35 goals. Another guy we're going to have to watch out for is Marty. He's picked up 29 goals goals in 43 games. He's a youngin' coming up, so he might be able to do something. When the season came to an end, the Leafs are finishing with a 59-15-8 record, and they're leading the entire league. Connor McDavid led all goal scorers with 63 goals, while Jacob Chikrin picks up 20 goals to lead all defensemen. And for the second year in a row, we're going to have a goalie goal. Eric Comrie's picking up one. You'll love to see it. When the playoffs came to an end, Seattle's beating the Carolina Hurricanes in 7 games. Nathan McKinnon did his thing in the postseason, picking up 16 goals, while Swayman's picking up 16 wins with a .909 save percentage and a .310 goals against. Taking a look at the draft lottery results, Winnipeg's jumping from 2-1. Some of the notable prospects were Easton Funk, Xavier Rupp, and Louis Fournier. So this season, we gotta watch out for these young guns like Victor and Marty. They're on the come up, and based on what they did last season, I'm expecting them to have about 35 goals by the mid-season point. At the halfway point, the Toronto Maple Leafs have a 29-8-5 record with a .410 goals per game, while the Avalanche, they've got a 23-14-4 record, and they're leading the West. Sadly, leading Toronto is John Tavares. Not gonna lie, that's a massive L. Austin Matthews, where are you at, my guy? Ovi's got 23 goals in 40 games. Clearly, that's not gonna be enough. And Kyle Connor, 23 goals as well. Come on, my guy, you gotta step up. And honestly, I have no clue where Victor is. But leading the entire league is a guy I don't even know. 36 goals in 45 games. Taro Vainen. Probably said that incredibly wrong, but who are you? I have no clue who you are, but you're dominating. Oh, by the way, I found Victor. He's in Washington now. After receiving an offer sheet from the Capitals, Arizona didn't want to match it, so Washington gave up 4 first-round picks to get him. In a league with no salary cap, Arizona didn't want to pay this man. Yeah, that makes 0 sense. What's going on with this game? So moral of the story, Arizona's a poverty franchise. When the season came to an end, the Leafs are finishing with a 58-17-7 record, and leading the entire league in goals is Patrick Laine, 63. Good work, my guy. And Victor Hedman, he's going to lead all defensemen in goals with 20. But sadly, the goalie goal streak is going to be dying this season as no one's picking up a goal. When the playoffs came to an end, Minnesota's beaten Carolina in 7 games. Kevin Fiala led the way with 15 goals, but Wallstead led the way with 16 wins while posting an .887 save percentage and a .365 goals against. Taking a look at the draft lottery, Seattle's getting the first overall pick. The notable prospects coming in from this draft was Franklin Rippon, Mike Ginoway, and Jesus Cassian. Alright, I'm going to keep it a stack. I honestly thought someone would be close by now. Like Austin Matthews, I was expecting you to do this in like year 3, but he might be doing it this season. The Leafs are sitting at a 30-11-2 record, but they have a .450 goals per game. And the Avs, 28-16-1. Not gonna lie, I don't really care. Okay, we might have something here. Austin Matthews, 47 goals in 43 games. He's on pace to do it. You never know. So we'll simulate over to the trade deadline and see if he keeps up the pace. So we simulated 20 more games and Austin Matthews has completely folded. We're 7 goals below a goal per game, so I don't think he's going to be doing it this season. But we'll simulate to the end and see what happens. When the season came to an end, the Leafs are finishing with a 56-23-3 record and Austin Matthews, 71 goals. Great season, but it's not 82. And Dougie Hamilton, 19 goals. Good work, my guy. But you know who I'm more proud of? Connor Hellebuyck. He's picking up a goal. You love to see it. When the playoffs came to an end, the Carolina Hurricanes are winning the Stanley Cup, defeating the San Jose Sharks in 5 games. Zubov led the way with 12 goals in the postseason. No clue who this guy is. He just came out of nowhere. And Sorokin, he's picking up 16 wins with a .901 save percentage and a .287 goals against. Taking a look at the draft lottery results, Montreal's getting the first pick. Some of the notable prospects we have to look out for are Hudson Mikheyas, Declan Dayton, and Rick Irving. So based on what happened last season, Austin Matthews has all the momentum and he better capitalize on that. At the halfway point, the Panthers are leading the East with a 29-10-4 record, while the Canucks are leading the West with a 28-15-1 record. And 42 games into the season, Austin Matthews is looking pretty good. 41 goals. There's a chance he pots 82 this season. So once again, we'll simulate to the trade deadline and see how he's faring. At the 60 game mark, Austin Matthews is keeping up the pace and he's actually over a goal game pace. 62 goals, 60 games. He might actually do this. So we'll simulate 10 more games and see how we're looking. So we're in the final stretch here. Austin Matthews, 70 goals, 70 games, 12 more is all we need. I need you to lock in and do this. When the season came to an end, the Leafs are finishing with a 54-21-7 record, and Austin Matthews, 81 goals in 82 games. You were 1 goal away. You hate to see it, really do. When the postseason came to an end, the Canes are winning another Stanley Cup, but who cares? 1 goal away. 81 goals. This video is not ending until we score 82. Brad Marchand did his thing in the postseason, picking up 20 goals, while Sorokin's winning another Stanley Cup with 16 wins while posting a .933 save percentage and a .209 goals against. Taking a look at the draft lottery results, Dallas is jumping from 9-1, and the only notable prospect is going to be Javon McDonald. This season, Austin Matthews is either going to break the win record or be short by 20 goals. There's no in between. Once again, the Panthers are leading halfway through with a 33-12-1 record, while Seattle's doing their thing in the West with a 29-13-3 record. Halfway through the season, I don't know what Austin Matthews is doing, but he's not even leading the league. Connor Bedard is, 35 goals in 42 games. Based on that pace, I don't think he's going to be scoring 82, so we'll just simulate to the end of the season. When the season came to an end, the Blackhawks are finishing with a 52-25-5 record, and Austin Matthews, he picked it up. 71 goals in 82 games. That's not enough, and I don't think he's going to be the guy scoring 82 now. When the playoffs came to an end, the Leafs are beating the Wild in 5 games. So I'm done looking at postseason scoring. We're just getting straight to the draft lottery results, as Arizona's getting the first overall pick from Washington. Some of the notable prospects were Tiro Ristolainen, Clint Menard, and Bennett Shanahan. Since Matthews didn't pot 82 last season, I think an auto-generated player is going to be scoring 82 for us. Halfway through, the Leafs are leading the East with a 31-9-4 record, and Seattle, they're doing their thing in the West with a 33-11 record. And this is the last time I'm showing records. All we care about are goals at this point. So Kyle Connor's doing his thing, 41 goals in 44 games. He might be the guy to do it for us. But over the next 20 games, he's only potting 10 goals, so I think this season is a wash. When the season came to an end, Seattle's finishing first with a 56-21-5 record, while Easton Funk's leading all players in goals with 64. In the playoffs, the Devils are going to beat the Minnesota Wild in 5 games, while Chicago gets the first overall pick. And there were 2 notable prospects we'll have to watch out for, Jerome St. Pierre and Carson Boro. This season, Matthews is off to a hot start with 42 goals in 43 games, but over his next 18, he only potted 11 goals, so 53 goals in 61 games, I don't think that's going to be enough. And when the season came to an end, the Leafs are finishing first with a 59-17-6 record, while Austin Matthews picks up 61 goals. In the playoffs, the Devils are sweeping the Oilers. Chicago is going to get the first overall pick once again, and they're drafting Charlie Goalie. This next season, the guy we're going to have to watch out for is going to be Patrick Laine. He's got 40 goals in 42 games, but over his next 20, he's only potting 13, so he's not on pace to do it. When the season came to an end, the Avs are finishing first with a 55-19-8 record, while Easton Funk is once again leading all players in goals with 65. Maybe he's going to be the guy to do it for us. When the playoffs came to an end, the Leafs are beating the Coyotes in 5 games. Montreal's going to get the first overall pick once again, but in this draft, there were no great goal scorers. This season's basically a wash. Victor's leading the way with 35 goals in 44 games, so that's clearly not going to be enough. The Leafs are finishing first with a 58-18-6 record, while Patrick Laine leads the entire league with 60 goals. In the playoffs, Buffalo's sweeping the Winnipeg Jets. Minnesota's getting the first overall pick, and we had a ton of notable players: Ernesto Turnbull, Trevor Ness, Eddie Roloff, and Jason Graham. So for the first time ever, we have 2 players on pace for 82 goals. Marty's doing his thing, 49 goals in 45 games, while Jesus Cassian, he's got 45 goals in 44 games. So I'll have to watch both these guys and see how they play out. At around the 62 game mark, both of these guys are folding. Marty's got 60 goals in 63 games, while Victor's only got 56 in 62. We've never been in a position where we've had multiple players on pace to score 82, but somehow I feel like they're both going to fold. When the season came to an end, Buffalo's finishing first with a 56-24-2 record, while Jesus Cassian's potting 75 goals, but that's just not enough. But keep in mind, we did have 3 players over 70 goals, so we got to be getting close. When the playoffs came to an end, the Coyotes are defeating the Leafs in 5 games to win the Stanley Cup. Taking a look at the draft lottery results, Detroit's getting the first overall pick. At this point, I don't care. Someone break the record. Xavier, he's not going to be doing it, getting only 71 goals, and Turnbull in the next season, he's got 69 goals. That's just not enough. But shout out to Patrick Laine, 26 goals in 24 postseason games. That's the first time anyone's ever been above a goal per game. So we might have something here. Turnbull's got 44 goals in 44 games, and some reason he's on St. Louis now. I guess Minnesota didn't want to pay him, so St. Louis gave up 4 first-round picks for this guy. At the 63 game mark, things aren't looking good. Turnbull's only got 61 goals, so unless he picks up in the final few games, we're going to keep simming. But folks, it's finally happened. 82 goals in 82 games. Ernesto Turnbull, 82 goals in 82 games. A feat that has been accomplished in over 30 years. 45 by this point. He's finally done it. 82 goals. Honestly, I thought this video would be way shorter. I thought Austin Matthews would get this within 5 seasons, but here we are, 15 seasons down the road, maybe even 16, but someone's finally done it. Our boy Ernesto, 82 goals. Welcome to the history books.